Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of Sam and Max Season 2, Episode 4. We're kind of dialogue heavy here, and we're in the middle of a conversation with Future Max. So let's continue.
What about robots? Do we have robot slaves in the future?
With lasers? Oh, you uncultivated savages. Robots are used for controlling our spaceships these days. Surely you've heard of the Maintron 28,000 line? Well, of course! Right, Sam?
Everybody's heard of that. I can't shoot, Max.
So the the Maintron 9000 was the robot that attacked us in Episode 1. So 28,000 is an upgrade.
If you're not taking cases, what do you guys do?
I've become an expert in volcanology, and Sam is... well, Sam is in his own world now.
Great transmogrifying vapor wolves of Rydo 17. Booster rocket through the Van Allen belt. I'm in my office.
What's wrong with Sam?
What's wrong with the other me?
Oh, he's fine. Mostly. The years add up, though.
It's lint from my pocket. This should be useful later.
So he's just quoting things that he's done because we forced him to do it as the character we're playing. He's gathering items and trying crazy interactions.
I'm glad to see the old Freelance Police are still in business.
Yes, dear stupid past Sam, but of course now we're a wholly owned subsidiary of Stinky Corp.
What's Stinky Corp?
Get a load of this, Sam! These yokels have never heard of Stinky Corp!
I don't feel like playing darts right now.
Yes. Well, anyway, Stinky Corp is the mega corporation that owns everything in the future. Stinky made enough money from her diner to take over the world? No, cretinous Max. From her super adhesive.
Super adhesive.
What's this about Stinky super adhesive?
It revolutionized the whole galaxy. Now it's used for everything from scrapbooking to alien spacecraft. She's claimed in interviews that it was based on an old family formula. But Sam and I think we figured out the real secret. It's made from mole men.
Be seeing ya.
So long! That's how we say goodbye in the future.
So we have been put back on the path here. We know what we need to get. We need to go to Stinky's and get some super adhesive.
Hello, future me. I can't shoot, Max. Apparently, all those years of adventuring have taken their toll. I can't use these things together.
So back to the elevator. Next location is Stinky's, so I think working from Bosco's to this will work pretty well. It's probably the way they intended it. There was very little to do in that area. But that's alright. We got the one bit of information I think we needed.
What do you two want?
It's the one true Stinky.
Are we glad to see you?
Why?
Still, it's a new person to talk to.
Look, Sam, it's us as impressionable preteens.
Exceedingly well done!
Ah, there's the blaster. Or bluster blaster. Yeah, that's what it's called. C computer. So what we need to do now, let's see, let's carbon date the tar cake. Grandpa Stinky?
Weird, it doesn't work on him for some incomprehensible reason we don't care enough about to pursue further.
Good. Keep your fancy gewgaws and who's your what's-its away from me.
So let's take the tar cake.
Looks like Girl Stinky was telling the truth for once. The gooey molasses tar cake really is an old family recipe.
What's the special?
Gooey molasses tar cake.
there any pie over here to talk about? No. So let's talk to Stinky and Grandpa Stinky.
Hi, Stinky.
Are you the parents of those two parasites?
Well, not exactly.
Although we do still have a time machine, so I wouldn't completely rule out the possibility.
That's gross, Max.
I'm just saying.
We're from the future.
We bring a warning from the future.
In about 25 years, you're going to be murdered.
Murdered my swollen pancreas. I once wrestled 4 rabid grizzlies while standing on the back of a rotting alligator while being pelted with Karari-tipped darts and fighting off a case of irritable bowel syndrome. I'd like to meet the man who could murder old Stinky.
Hi, I'm Max.
Really, you're gonna die.
Honest, Stinky, we're detectives, and we've seen all the evidence. You're gonna get offed.
When? How? And who's going to do it?
Well, we don't know exactly.
Detectives is really more of a catch-all term for guys with guns.
Your granddaughter did it.
Some woman claiming to be your granddaughter has taken over your restaurant.
Granddaughter my cleft palate. I never had any children.
Really? A cantankerous, misanthropic, hairy old cuss like you would be great with kids.
Perhaps someday.
Yeah, I don't want to rush you, Stinky, but if you're planning kids, you're gonna have to get on that pretty quick.
We're ready to order.
We want to order something.
Too bad.
We'll take a pan-fried red panda with... What?
Can't you see? I'm so close to perfecting my gooey molasses tar cake. I can't be arsed to cook for you hooligans when I got so much cooking to do.
What's a gooey molasses tar cake?
It's based on my ancient family recipe. But my proud, knuckle-dragging forefathers never thought to use my secret ingredient.
The blood of innocence!
Nutmeg.
You're both wrong, and you're both stupid. It's the one thing no one has ever thought to use before.
I'll test that tar cake.
I'll test your tar cake for you, Stinky.
Sam can and will eat anything.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? To just waltz into a restaurant and order something to eat. You're just trying to find out my secret ingredient. Well, you won't, because it's the one thing no one has ever thought to use.
We're from the Public Health Board.
Almost none of the vermin in this establishment are wearing federally approved hairnets.
Government types. Pah! Weak and pathetic, the lot of ye. You can't even begin to comprehend what I'm doing here. My dishes will challenge the weak and weed out the inferiors like you jelly-jawed lip-flappers. Only the strongest will survive. It will be glorious!
So, are you going to show us to our table or what?
How are the 80s treating you, Stinky?
What are you two still doing here? No animals allowed in my diner.
It's okay. We're service animals.
Could we be seated already?
No shirt, no shoes, no service.
We're being discriminated against, Sam.
Alright, so that's not going anywhere.
Thanks for the chat, Stinky.
Just go away and die.
But most of all, thanks for just being you.
Screwdriver. I'll take a screwdriver.
Can I borrow that screwdriver? Well, as long as you promise to bring it back. I hate to think what would happen if I had to stop working on computers. Sure thing, kid. There's just the one song. As Stinky would say, if you don't like it, go deaf.
So let's carbon date the jukebox.
Nuh-uh.
Lil Sam.
I've already scanned myself with this thing.
And Lil
I
Max.
already scanned Max with this thing. That's how we got here.
And the Bluster
Not
Blaster.
happening.
Let's talk to Lil Sam.
Hey, champ, what are you working on? I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
But we're strangers who have candy and cool guns you can play with.
Well, that should be okay. I'm working on my new arcade game, Bluster Blaster. What are you doing with Bluster Blaster? I built him from a kit. Now I'm just working on the AI.
Now I remember. You used to be a total nerd, Sam. Funny, though. All this time we've spent talking to the cops, and you never once mentioned you're the guy who built Bluster Blaster.
Just never seemed relevant, I guess.
What's wrong with the game?
What's wrong with the video game? It's fine, I guess. But with only a 1 megahertz processor and this 8-bit I/O adapter, the AI doesn't get enough cycles to... Can the dork lingo, Chubbs. Just give me the recap. It'd be easy enough to download a new AI, but I haven't found one that's any good.
So the game needs an AI.
Shouldn't you kids be outside playing, or dating, or whatnot? Outside? It's 8 o'clock at night.
When I was your age, I would have set fire to at least 4 different categories of things by this hour.
Nuh-uh. You would have been playing that video game all day, just like he is.
Don't you sass me, boy! You're lucky that you grew up to be the only one who knows how to use the time machine, kid.
You seem a little...
Aren't you worried you're turning into something of a,
Dweeb? Doofus? Dorkwad?
Who cares? I don't need you guys or anybody else. Max never calls me names.
That's right, Poindexter.
Good shot.
Wouldn't you rather grow up to be as cool as I am? With a boss car and a detective job and a huge gun? Would I have to be as fat as you, too?
Temporal anomaly detected.
You got lucky, punk.
He nearly shot himself.
There's got to be something more constructive to do than work on this game all night. Well, there is that prom at the school tonight. This year's theme is Summer of Awakening Desire. Lame.
Lame! Lame!
Well said.
A smooth kid like you must have dozens of girls wanting to go to the prom with you.
Don't lie to the boy, Sam.
Nah, all the girls are into Max because he's mean to them. And also, he doesn't complain when they dress him up in their doll clothes.
Ah, the precious memories.
Let's stick to one neurosis at a time, Max.
Come on, go meet people.
Don't you want to get out and meet more sexy young people your age? Yeah, who's got time for that? My video game is so close to perfect.
You're amazing.
Oh, Bluster Blaster, you know me too well.
Make good choices, son. Didn't you guys say I could play with your guns? We lied, kid.
Remember this. It's a good life lesson.
So, Lil Max here isn't interested in girls because of the arcade game, and Lil Sam here is gonna turn out to be a total nerd if we don't get him to go to the prom.
Hey, little
Okay.
guy. What are you scamps up to?
I'm only playing Bluster Blaster, the newest and best video game ever made. Duh.
Nice try.
Shouldn't you kids be doing something constructive? Or at least less nerdy?
Today I get to do anything I want.
You do anything you want every day, Max.
You're the best.
So, this really doesn't work in 2016, them being nerds, because nerds now is kind of the cool, hip thing to be. So, it really doesn't play as well as it used to, this gag.
Why don't you kids go outside and play?
Why would I go outside when my best friend's in here?
Gee, Max.
Oh yeah, Sam's here too.
You're radical.
What's so great about this video game?
Are you kidding? This game is the only thing that really understands me.
You rock hard.
See what I mean?
I vaguely remember something very important about this day. What was it?
There was my party. Duh.
Don't forget that prom and after-prom kissing retreat tonight, Max.
Boring.
Great job. You're getting better.
Just say no, little buddy.
Word up.
So we've got to get... Let's see if we can pick up
Old
this
Stinky
mess.
was the only one who could make a restaurant feel like home.
So we have to get this portable AI off. We have a screwdriver, so that'll probably work easily enough.
It's sealed on there with some futuristic super adhesive. I'd never be able to pry it off.
So we have a screwdriver.
No way. Nothing doing.
Let's go scan the mess.
Nuh-uh.
Nope. So we got a screwdriver. We kind of know what we need to do. We have a cork. And we have a chemical sampler. Let's try the chemical sampler on the mess.
I don't need a sample of that.
We couldn't get a sample of
I
ourselves.
don't need a sample from him.
Let's try the chemical sampler on the tar cake.
It couldn't hurt to take just a sample. We should have those results for you in about a week, Mr. Cake.
Now, turn your head and cough. Whee!
So let's go back to Bosco's then and put the sample in the baby maker and see what Bosco turns into. We have the tar cake sample here. So we can get multiple samples.
No, I'm
too.
pretty sure Bosco's father wasn't a tar cake.
Alright, so that's not gonna work.
I don't need a sample of that.
So that's not gonna work either. Let's move on, I guess, to the third location then. The office of the president.
Look, Sam, it's my summer office.
I don't think so, Max. Take a look around.
Welcome to the Oval Office, visitors. Next tour begins in 30 minutes.
This is a long time before the horrific sequence of events that led to your presidency.
I'm not leader of the free world here? This will not stand.
Alright. So we need Super Bowl sample.
Hey, Super Bowl, would you mind spitting on this? It's for a science project.
Can't, sir. I never spit, unless I'm startled or under extreme distress.
It has
Hi,
been
I'm
a
George
while.
Washington. Shove your nuts in my mouth and I'll crack 'em.
Please don't make fun of nuts.
It has been a while since we have been in this area. This was the first season.
If I remember my history correctly, today's the day of the pivotal rat peace accords. We'd better not disturb them. Foreign policy for ninjas. Annals of Americana. I wonder who's in this picture.
It probably came with the frame.
The father of our country. Having 50 of these pillows would make the place a lot more comfy.
We could build a fort.
I think this is probably a picture
father
of
of
the
our country.
creator of the game and not George Washington. That's my guess because that does not look like George Washington. That's a really bad picture if it is.
Things to do in Dallas.
Okay, so that hints that this is JFK's presidency that we're in the timeline in. I think that makes sense.
I'm guessing they couldn't fit a television on there. A true Weasel Scout would keep his merit badges on him at all times.
Be prepared. Be very prepared.
This far in the past, I assumed the Earth was still flat.
We have the globe, nothing on the desk, and we have the calendar.
It's the official calendar of the United States. The best part of being president is changing the date for the entire country.
I don't want to change the date right now. I'm temporarily confused enough as it is.
So, we see Super Ball is over there, is drinking something.
Hi there, random Secret Service agent.
I can answer any of your questions. Please don't touch anything. I'm Agent Superball.
Super Ball?
It's a code name, sir. I'm a bouncer. Secret Service humor.
In the future, we know a guy who looks just like you, with the same name.
I've never seen you before, and there couldn't be another Agent Superball, sir. The code names are unique.
Oh, Super Ball! I get it.
Where's the president?
He's in the war room. Important national crisis. And when I said national crisis, I meant to say he's just watching television. We are not at the brink of war with Cuba.
All right, Sam, our mission is clear. Nuke the commie
I
bastard!
think we've seen enough of the war room for one lifetime, Max.
Yeah, you're right, Sam. Having to hurt people from a distance takes all the fun out of it anyway.
What do you think of the president?
He's the greatest man who ever lived, sir.
Oh, these poor bastards of the 60s having to grow up in a world without David Arquette.
Heard any good gossip about the
So
president?
this is probably
Extra
going to
toes or
be a
nipples,
reference to
can't
the
talk
Bay
to the
of
press without
Pigs.
slices of ham stuffed down his pants. Stuff like that.
The president is
I
beyond
don't know what
reproach,
day
sir.
that it
I won't
was.
hear any more of it.
How long have you been working for the White House?
Just a few months. I've already been assigned my first door.
That's all you do? Guard this door?
Not at all, sir. I also provide tours, run the patent office, and narrate public service announcements.
That's a lot of work for
Patent
one man.
office.
I'm still new. In 40 years, I'll be promoted to receptionist.
Did you see a strange woman in here a while ago?
Assertive career woman, asking everyone to spit.
That's the one.
Yes, sir. I admired her independent spirit and sass.
We came here from the far-off future.
Aren't you amazed and surprised?
Isn't that shocking?
I've seen a lot of things, sir. It takes a lot to shock me.
Oh, really?
I bet we could surprise you.
Can't be done, sir. I'm imperturbable.
We're your new sons.
And we want to live in your house and raise my children of questionable parentage.
And we're both axe murderers.
And I'm voting for Barry Goldwater.
Nothing?
It's like I said, sir. I'm not startled easily.
That didn't work?
We killed your dog.
I'm surprised, sir.
Really?
Yes, surprised that you try that one again. It never works.
We come from the beginning of the 21st century.
In the future, television is delivered through thick cables instead of being sent through the air.
Does that not blow your ever-loving mind?
Not really, sir. I'm not easily startled.
All right, we give up.
The man's a rock, Sam.
Nice try, sirs. I almost felt my pulse rate increase there.
We need your help with something official.
What will it be, sir?
I want a patent.
We want exclusive rights to produce our latest invention.
We wish to crush competing inventors to see them driven before us and hear the lamentations of their patent lawyers.
Very well. What'll it be?
A gooey molasses tar cake.
We'd like to patent our tar cake recipe, Superball.
It's a special recipe we made up ourselves, and anybody who says different is a damn liar.
I see. And what ingredient makes that a unique invention?
It's made with love.
I can't issue you a patent, sir. That ingredient is not in that sample.
Oh, come on. How could you possibly know that?
I'm a government official, sir. I know these things. I'll need to know the unique ingredient to issue you a patent.
Darn it. What else
We need
can
your
we
help
do?
with something official.
What will it be, sir?
What else can we do? Let's see. What do you want a narration?
We want to hear you narrate a public service announcement.
All right. Are your cigarettes killing you? As unbelievable as it might seem, cigarettes made outside the U.S. actually contain chemicals that are addictive and possibly even harmful. For your own safety and that of your children, smoke only homeland-grown tobacco, the kind doctors recommend for your good health. Now you know, for a better America.
Okay, that was pointless.
We'd
Give
like
us
a
the
tour of the
tour.
office.
Very well, sir. That's a desk. There's a couch. Another couch is there. A calendar. Some pictures. The door you see behind me is 100% Northwestern white pine with an interior flat jam in.
That's plenty, thanks. We want exclusive rights to produce our latest invention.
Very well. What'll it be?
A self-rocking baby crib?
It's for a baby crib that rocks itself, using a motor powered by angry bees.
That's clever, sir. But I can't just issue a patent on an idea. I'd need a sample of the invention, plus an explanation of what makes it unique.
So if I was going to get a patent on any of those other things,
Just
I'd
keep
need a
guarding
sample.
that door.
Gladly, sir.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
Now, did I carbon date Super Bowl?
It
No.
printed a time card with our logo on it.
Great. So that was the only person I think we could carbon date. Let's put this office time card here, and that means we can go back to the present date. Of course, we can't leave these areas, and as far as a consistent...
Heaping helpings of tachyons in a gravy boat at the Grand Duchess's bat mitzvah.
What disgusting hellhole have we ended up in this time?
Looks strangely familiar, like Super Bowl.
I'm not here, sirs. You can safely ignore me.
Done.
So, like, actually walking from place to place has been completely eliminated in this episode. It's all just wandering around. Let's look at the, what is it? Chia
The floor of
head?
Brady has twice the style the fauna one ever did.
See what's on the television. Probably
There's nothing good on, or bad on, for that matter.
But
Banang.
laugh is a little too early there.
Banang. 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 Banang.
That was a pretty funny thing. We'll take the Boxing Betty remote.
Max, have you been sending Boxy Betty to... What? Hey, buddy! Throw us that remote control, would you? You're gonna need this! Thanks, buddy. Be you later.
That was weird. So we've got Super Bowl to talk to, we've got this model volcano, we may have a couple other things that we need to do. I doubt there's very much that needs to be clicked on here. I bet there's only one more time card, if even that. We may have unlocked everything now. But yeah, we are certainly not walking around from place to place. This is very much just random area connected to random areas. Almost all of these random areas have been already made. Maybe there's a slight change with like the Boscos in the past. That's kind of a new area. It's been redesigned a little bit, but the presidential location is exactly the same as it was in season 1. The spaceship is totally new, I suppose. Stinkies, we've been seeing Stinkies the whole time. It's been changed a little bit. The future office is just a slight change on the old office. It really feels like they may have been under the pressure and not had to kind of cobble this episode together. But it's hard to tell because it probably was their original concept that we would be traveling everywhere in time. And the only real way you could have accomplished this and it be more open worldy is if you had some kind of device that changed your time wherever you were. So instead of getting in an elevator, you had like a watch, and you changed the watch, and then everything in every single area was changed to a different time, which would have definitely confused me a lot, because there would have been tons of areas in time frames where there would have been no reason to be there. So maybe the elevator is the better thought for a point-click adventure. It's hard to tell. It probably was the right thought. It's just, each area feels very disconnected. Anywho, though, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.